When we pushed off from the shores of a random island, the water was calm and friendly. But now, with Ireland's Eye still a shadow on the horizon, the waves were growing higher by the minute. I clenched my jaw tightly and my hand shook as I dug in with the paddle. I was trying not to think of the dangers that lay ahead. Our kayaks were pointed straight out into the Atlantic. My mother and father were on either side of me. She was glancing anxiously my way between strokes, searching for any signs of nervousness, and I could see him plowing forward just off my nose, staring intently at the swells in the water, wondering if this was too much for me. I looked towards our distant destination, my heart pounding. No matter what happens and no matter what they say, I'm not giving up. What lies ahead means too much to me. But in minutes, the waves had grown even more, rising in front of us like foothills, their peaks nearly a meter high. "Keep paddling!" yelled Dad. "Keep yourself on top of the waves!" I did as he said, and suddenly I was going twice as fast as I had ever gone in a kayak, shooting along on top of the waves like a surfer. In any other circumstance, this would have been exciting, but I knew that falling into the icy waters of the ocean might be fatal, and that if I couldn't keep up with the waves, if I got between them, they would pitch me overboard. So I kept paddling as hard as I could. But then the crosswinds started. Up on top of a wave, gusts whipping across my bow, I felt the kayak move sideways. It made me feel out of control, and that isn't something you ever want to feel on the ocean. Dad had warned me about it. "If you ever feel a loss of control, Dylan," he said while we were practicing at home, "tell me, and we will stop wherever we are." I had to fight to keep myself from shouting for help, from crying out that I would never make it. I was on the verge of absolute panic. The kayak was not only being shot forward by the growing waves, but rocking sideways at the same time. Then another frightening thought began making its way into my mind. I was starting to think about how many meters of water were beneath me. Dozens? Hundreds? Thousands? A weird kind of fear of heights washed over me, adding to my problems. It seemed as though I had just stepped off the top of a skyscraper, countless stories in the air. There was nothing between me and the dark ocean floor but an ever-shifting mile of liquid. I glanced over at Mom. She was staring at me with a frightened expression on her face. "Dylan, are you okay?" came her yell through the wind and spray. I couldn't say anything. I turned my face back towards Ireland's Eye and kept paddling like a zombie, surfing on waves that were over a meter high now, and still growing. We were well off the coast of Canada, out in the thoroughfare,